Hey there, everybody. Good to be back with you again. We've got the Giants and the Reds again today. The Giants, of course, still on top in the National League, 8 for 2 in their last 10 and won their last game. And they are 23-8 so far this season against the 14-18 Reds. Willard Marshall up there takes a ball from Buddy Lively and another ball. 2-0 is the count. And there's a ground ball over towards third base. And is Lively, the pitcher, pounces on that one and proceeds in throwing it over Kluszewski's head over to the stands. Marshall goes over to second base. He's on with the two-base error, and up comes Sid Gordon, who takes the ball. And another ball, 2-0 the count, very, very quickly here. Next pitch is up there, and it's a fly ball to right center field. Litweiler's got it for the out, the right fielder, and here comes Marshall going to third. The throw goes in and is not in time. Marshall has advanced to third base safely. One away, and here's Bill Brigney with a runner on to third base. No hits yet. There's a strike in there to Bill. 0-1 is the count on him. And the next one is in there high, but for a strike, 0-2 is the count. And there's a ball, 1-2 the count now on Rigney. There's a little pop-up. Bloodworth, the second baseman, has that for the out, 2 away, and it'll be Whitey Lockman. And there's a ball that gets by Miller, and it hits the umpire, saving that run. 1-0 the count now on Lockman. Ground ball down the first base line. Kluszewski grabs it, goes to the bag himself, and we will go ourselves to the bottom of the first inning. Here is Ted Kluszewski. Clint Hartung is going to be the starting pitcher for the Giants, and Kluszewski fouls his first pitch off. 2-1 in the season for Hartung with a 5.06 ERA. 0-2 now the count on Ted. There's a foul ball, remains 0-2, and there's one hit over to left field. Lockman has that for the out, 1 away, and here is Danny Litweiler. Fastball in there for a strike to Danny, 0-1 the count, and that's away. 1-1 now the count on Litweiler. Swings and misses a 1. It's a 1-2 count, and it's a ground ball over to Sid Gordon at third base, who throws to first for the out, 2 away. Hank Sauer up there takes the ball, and there's a pitch that misses. 2-0 the count. Fastball's down and in. It's 3-0. And Hartung loses him just like that, walks him on 4 pitches. That'll bring up Bobby Adams. Bobby Adams hitting cleanup. I'm not sure who the Reds' third baseman normally was. I've forgotten, and takes a strike. Hits a ground ball this time over to Rigney, who flips over to the second baseman Hoffman for the force play at second. We go to the top of the second. Mickey Livingston's up there. Mickey fouls one back. 0-1 is the count. And there's another foul ball. 0-2 the count on Mickey. And there's strike 3 called, got him looking, 1 away. And here's Bobby Thompson. Thompson hits one deep to center field. Wursteck goes back, grabs that one for the out, 2 away. And it's Johnny Mize who takes the strike. And there's a ball. 1-1 now the count on Mize as he held up on swinging. 1-2 as that one's fouled out of play. There's another foul ball. Still 1-2. Foul back again. And there's ball 2. That one just missed. So 2-2 the count now on Mize with 2 outs, and that's fouled back. 2-2 it remains, and that one just misses. Full count, and he looks at one high and inside. So Buddy Lively had him where he wanted him and then lost him anyway. Here's Bobby Hoffman. Takes a strike. 0-1 the count, and that's off the plate for a ball. It's 1-1. That's another strike in there. 1-2 the count now on Bobby. There's a ball. 2-2 the count. There's a ground ball over to the right side and through Kluszewski for a base hit. That'll bring up Clint Hartung now. Still with 2 outs here in the top of the second. The Giants maybe with something happening. There's a strike in there to Clint. 0-1 the count. And a little ground ball over to the right side, and nobody goes over to grab that one. Nobody has covered at all, and that means that the Giants have the bases loaded. And that was a really, really poor team defensive play by the Reds. I'm not sure who to blame that on. You got to blame that on everybody. So that ball was hit over to the right side, and nobody covered it at all, and it sort of dies out there in the grass, and no one knows what to do with it. Interesting. Willard Marshall up there now takes a strike. 0-1 the count. There's another strike over the knees and over the plate. It's 0-2 on Marshall. There's a ball outside. 1-2 the count on Willard. It's outside again. It's 2-2, and there's a fly ball over to right field. Litweiler's got it for the out. We go to the bottom of the second. Johnny Wursteck up there, and he takes a fastball up and in. 4-ball, 1-0 the count on Johnny. That's fouled back. 1-1 is the count on him, and there's a ground ball on the right side through the hole and for a base hit. That's going to be the first hit of the game for the Reds, and that'll bring up Jimmy Bloodworth, and there's a ball inside on Bloodworth. 1-0 the count. There's a little fly ball over to Thompson in center field for the first out, 1 away, and it's Virgil Stallcup who fouls one off for a strike, and then takes the ball. 1-1 the count now on Stallcup, and there's a strike in there, fastball, 1-2 the count. That one's down and away, and he hits that one into right field. I thought that was going to be called a ball, and Wursteck's rounding the bag at second base. We're going to have him hold there for the time being. No score. You know how conservative I can be. That'll bring up Ray Mueller. We'll go ahead and let him swing away. We could bunt with him, but it won't do as much good. 1-1 now, the count on Miller's. He looks at a strike. It's fouled back. It's 1-2 on him. That's high for a ball. 2-2 the count on Miller. And there's a fastball in tight. Full count on him. Harting having some problems. There's a little fly ball over to Marshall in right field. That's too shallow for anybody to advance. And so Ray Mueller not doing his job. And that'll bring up Buddy Lively, the pitcher, for the first time today. Takes the ball. 1-0 the count. That one's just high. It's 2-0 on Lively. There's a strike in there. 2-1 the count now on Buddy. And he fouls one back. It's 2-2. And there's a fastball, and boy, Hartung just not getting that call. Full count now on him, and that's too high. And so Hartung has lost the pitcher, and here comes Ted Kluszewski, and this is not what the Giants wanted to see. Kluszewski up there with the bases loaded takes a strike. There's a little ground ball over to third base side, and it is the pitcher, Clint, who grabs that one, throws to first, and just gets Kluszewski just in time, and that does save a run. We go to the top of the third inning, and it's Sid Gordon here for the Giants. And there's a strike in there to Gordon. 0-1, the count. And there's a hit into left center field. Broke the bat, but that doesn't mean much. That's a base hit for Gordon. That'll bring up Bill Rigney. And so the Giants right away, trying to capitalize on the Reds' inability to score, have a runner on at first. Rigney with a little bunt back to Lively. That'll put Gordon over at second base, as that's a very good bunt by Bill Rigney. And here comes Whitey Lockman. They have Lockman and Livingston with chances to drive in this run. Ball 1 to Whitey Lockman. 1-0 the count. Swing and a miss. 1-1 now the count. That's hit deep to left field over the head of Hank Sauer, and that's going to be a double for Whitey, and that will score the run. And there you have it, 1-0 Giants. And here comes Mickey Livingston. 1-0 top of the third. Livingston takes a ball. 1-0 the count. Here's one hit over to right field. Litweiler got that one, and they're going to try to send Lockman to third. 1-2 away now, and that throw is poor, and that allows the second run to score. And the Reds are playing like the Reds have played all season. Here's Bobby Thompson. Reds down now 2-0, and Thompson takes a ball after fouling one off. A little ground ball over there to Adams who made that play. Yes, the third baseman throws to first base, and it's just not in time. Thompson now has a 15-game hitting streak with that infield single, 5th hit of the game for the Giants. And here's Johnny Mize, and he hits one, smashes it over to the shortstop Stallcup, and it goes off his glove, and it's out there for a hit. And Mize then gets a single. That's hit number 6 for the Giants. And here's Bobby Hoffman, who had a base hit last time, 1-for-1 today, and he takes a strike. There's a ball inside. 1-1 the count now, Bobby. And that's fouled back. It's 1-2. And that's a ball. 2-2 now on Bobby. That's the line through second base, and that's going to be a single with an RBI, and that makes it 3-0 for the Giants. And Buddy Lively's having some of his problems here. Here comes Clint Hartung, who's already 1-for-1 today, and he's got a 2-0 count on him. 2-0 pitch is in there, and it's fouled back. It's 2-1. And there's a strike in the inside corner of the plate. 2-2 the count now on Hartung, and Hartung fooled him and got him tied up on that one for strike 3. We go to the bottom of the third inning, 3-0 now Giants, and here's Danny Litweiler. Ball low to Danny, and there's a swing and a miss of that one. 1-1 the count now on Danny Litweiler. There's a fastball to knees for a strike, 1-2 the count, and that's hit over to left field for a base hit. So clean hit for Danny Litweiler. That'll bring up Hank Sauer. Sauer hitting .265 so far this season. No home runs yet as he takes a strike. 0-1's the count. 1-1 now on him. And that's fouled back. It's 1-2 now on Hank Sauer. And that inside fastball just gets away. 2-2 the count. 2-2 the count remains. And that fastball's inside for a ball. Full count now on Hank. And Hartung misses with that one and walks him. So that's the third walk given up by Clint Hartung. And I tell you, these pitchers have been having some problems. Here is Bobby Adams now, who takes a ball inside. 1-0 the count. Another ball to him. It's 2-0. And that was hit over to right field. Marshall goes over and grabs that one for the out. Litweiler's not much of a runner. I'm cautious again. That's a fly ball to right field. That's how you score that. And there's one away here for Johnny Wirostek. Down 3-0 are the Reds. There's a ball inside on him. 1-0 the count. That's pulled into the right side for a single. We're going to try to score these runners now. And here comes the potential go-ahead run, the first run home. And he makes it in there. Marshall with a really poor throw. And Hartung had to run over and chase that one down, allowing Hank Sauer also to score. And that makes it a 3-2 ball game. So it was a single and then a throwing error. And Wirostek is perched on a second base. And the Reds are back into this one. Here comes Jimmy Bloodworth. Bloodworth takes the ball inside, 1-0 the count, and that's way outside this time, 2-0. Swing and a miss of that one, 2-1 the count. That's hit over to left field, just foul. 2-2 now the count on Bloodworth. That fastball is out and wide. Full count now on Jimmy. Fouled away. Full count remains. There's a ground ball down the first base line. It's going to be an extra base hit, and Bloodworth is going to be in there with the double, and that ties this ball game at 3. And that is it for the Giants starting pitcher. Clint Hartung taken out. Bottom of the third inning with only 1 out. That'll mean Hank Berman is in there, and his first pitch is a ball to Stallcup, and then there's a strike. 1-1 the count. There's a fly ball over to center field. Thompson's got that for the out. Bloodworth will stay at second. So only 2 1/3 innings thrown by Clint Hartung. And there's a ball in there to Ray Miller, and another ball, 2-2 the count. 3-3 ball game. There's a strike to Ray. 2-1, now 3-1 as that was low. It's fouled back. It's a full count now on Miller. And that's a ground ball over to second baseman Hoffman, who makes the play and throws the first for the out. We go to the top of the 4th inning. It's Willard Marshall here for the Giants. And Marshall takes a ball. 1-0 the count. There's a little bouncer over to third base. Adams grabs that, throws over to first for the out, 1 away, and that'll bring up Sid Gordon. Gordon takes a strike, and there's a little pop-up. Stallcup, the shortstop, has that for the out, quickly 2 away, and here's Bill Rigney. Rigney takes the ball. There's a little chopper over to third base, and Adams has it, throws to first for the out. We go to the bottom of the 4th, and here is Buddy Lively. Lively been pitching a little bit better this time around. He hits a little ground ball over to Johnny Mize, who goes to the bag himself for the out, 1 away. Ted Kluszewski now takes a ball inside and low, 1-0 the count. Another ball high, it's 2-0, and that's a little low. 3-0 now on Ted. Fouls one back. 3-1 is the count now on Kluszewski, and there's a pop-up, and it's going to be Gordon, the third baseman, who grabs that for the out. 2 away here for Danny Litweiler. Litweiler hitting .313, some power, 5 home runs. He's got a 1-1 count on him so far. Little roller down the first base line, and that just rolls foul. So 1-2 the count on him, and there's one inside for a ball, 2-2. And that's inside again. So the count goes full, and he lays off and gets the walk. Hank Berman giving up his first walk of this game. That'll bring up Hank Sauer. Hank against Hank. And there's a little pop-up over to left center field. It's Lockman, the left fielder, who grabs that for the out. We go to the top of the 5th inning, and here comes Whitey Lockman. Strike in there to Lockman. 0-1 is the count on him. That pitch was low. 1-1 now the count on Whitey. Little ground ball over to Bloodworth at second. He makes the play, throws to first for the out, 1 away. And here is Mickey Livingston, who takes the ball. And there's a strike at the inside corner. 1-1 the count now on Mickey. That's fouled off the thumbs, off the hands, 1-2. And there's a ground ball over to Bloodworth, who makes the play and throws to first for the out, 2 away. Bobby Thompson up there now takes a strike. And that's inside for a ball. 1-1 the count on Bobby. And there's one that's fouled away. It's 1-2. There's a little pop-up near the mound, and it's Lively who's got that for the out. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Bobby Adams is up there. And Adams takes this strike on the outside part of the plate and swings and misses. A 1-0-2 the count on him, and there's one hit over to the right center field in between Marshall and Thompson. That's a base hit, and he ends up making it to second base with the double. That'll bring up Johnny Weirstick. Weirstick not much of a bunter. We'll have him swing away. He fouls one away. 0-1 is the count on Johnny. There's a little pop-up over to left field. Lockman has that for the out, 1 away, and here comes Jimmy Bloodworth. Bloodworth, .276 so far this season, takes the ball. .381 slugging percentage, and he gets a ground ball through the left side and into left field for a base hit, and Adams is coming around third. He's going to try to score. Bloodworth is going to try for second on this throw, and that's a bad throw by Lockman. Bloodworth able to go all the way around to third, and that makes this a 4-3 ball game in favor of the Reds, and prompts another pitching change. This time it's Red Webb who comes out for the New York Giants. Bottom of the 5th inning, 4-3 ball game. Virgil Stallcup is in there, and he takes a strike. 0-1 the count on Virgil. There's a ball, 1-1 the count on him. And that's lined down the left field line. That falls in for a base hit. That will score the runner. Stallcup with a single, and that makes it 5-3. And here comes Ray Mueller. Mueller up there hits a little ground ball over to the mound. Webb has it, and he goes over to the second baseman Hoffman for 1, and it goes on to first to Mize for the double play. So the Giants with a good fielding play to get out of that one, but the damage has been done. 5-3 Reds as we go into the top of the 6th inning, and here is Johnny Mize again. He pops up a foul, 0-1 the count. There's a pitch inside for a ball, 1-1, and that's outside for ball 2. 2-1 the count. That's outside again, and it's 3-1 on Mize. He fouls one back, full count. And there it goes over the wall in right field. Mize swinging on that full count pitch and knocks it over Litweiler's head for a home run. That makes this a 5-4 ball game. We've had a lot of fireworks here today. So Bobby Hoffman comes up, 5-4 the score. Nobody out top of the 6th, and that's the first home run Buddy Lively's given up this season. 2-0 is the count now on Hoffman. Of course, Lively's only pitched 13 innings. That might be why. 3-0 the count. There's ball 4. He was taken all the way. That'll bring up Red Webb. We have to watch out now for Lively, who does not have great stamina. And there's a bunt, and the bunt is fielded by Ray Mueller, who's got to go to first with it. Hoffman moves up to second, and with one out here is Willard Marshall. The Giants are trying to piece together a run. Marshall, first ball swinging, hits a fly ball over to Wirostek in center field for the out. That means there's 2 away, and here comes Sid Gordon. 5-4, Reds with the lead, and Gordon hits a ground ball over to Bloodworth. First pitch swinging again. Bloodworth throws over to the first baseman, Kozuski, for the out. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning now with the score still Cincinnati 5, New York 4. Up is Buddy Lively. We'll leave him in for the time being. He takes a ball, and another ball. 2-0 the count on Lively. That one misses again. There's ball 3, and there's a strike now to him. 3-1 the count. And there's another strike. Full count now on Buddy Lively, and that's way outside. And so Lively doesn't even move his bat in that whole at-bat and ends up on first base. I bet your pinch hitter could have done the same thing. Here's Ted Kluszewski. Kluszewski looks at a strike. 0-1 the count. And that's skipped up there. 1-1 now the count on Kluszewski. That's foul back. 1-2 is the count. It's low and away for a ball. It's 2-2, and that's swung on and ripped back up the middle for a base hit, and we're going to have Lively, of course, stay at second base. That brings up now Danny Litweiler. Normally, your number 2 player in this situation might think about bunting, but we'll have Danny swing away. And there's a ball inside to Litweiler. 1-0 the count. There's one popped up, foul, and just out of reach. 1-1. There's ball 2 in there to Litweiler. 2-1 the count. And there's the strike on him, so it's 2-2 now. Ball off the plane. It's a full count now on Danny, and that's inside on him, and he fouls it away. Full count remains. And there's a base hit over a bouncer that is over to Rigney at shortstop. He tries to feed Hoffman, and he pulls him off the bag, and that's error number 3 on the Giants. Everybody is safe. And here now comes Hank Sauer. The base is loaded. Bottom of the 6th inning is right, and he takes a ball. 1-0 the count. There's a strike down the heart of the plate. Nobody out. You can imagine this crowd going absolutely nuts. 1-2 the count now on Sauer. I'm sure we have a couple thousand people here, and there's a little pop-up over to the third baseman, Sid Gordon, for the first out, and that will bring up Bobby Adams. Adams, 289 with 3 runs batted in. He hits a fly ball over to Lockman, the left fielder, who grabs it, and both runners on second and third end up moving up, and so it's now a 6-4 ball game here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and that brings up Johnny Wirostek with 2 outs. So what will we say, 3 RBIs there for Adams? Now it should be about 4. No pitch yet to Wirostek. There's one hit over to right center field. Marshall gets on his horse, and he just can't get there in time, and that's a single that sends Litweiler to third and scores the 7th run of the game for the Reds, who look like they're in danger of really ripping this one open. Up now is Jimmy Bloodworth with 2 outs, runners on at first and third, bottom of the 6th. 7-4 ball game, and that's low and outside for a ball. And that is chopped foul. 1-1 the count now on Jimmy. That's a little ground ball, that is, over to the shortstop Rigney, who flips over to Hoffman for the force out at second. The damage, however, has been done. It's a 7-4 ball game now in favor of the Reds, and here comes Bill Rigney, who takes a strike. A little ground ball over to Bloodworth, and it goes off of his glove and into right field for an error, and so both teams now with 3 errors, and here comes Whitey Lockman. It feels like 1900. Little line drive over to Bloodworth. The second baseman grabs that one for the out. 1 away. Mickey Livingston is up there now, and there's a ground ball over to Stallcup, who flips under to Bloodworth for the force at second. The throw onto first base, just not in time. And Livingston is not a fast runner, but he's able to leg that one out. That brings up Bobby Thompson now. 1 on, 2 out, top of the 7th. And there's a strike in there to Bobby. Lines on the left side, but foul. Thompson 1 for 3 so far today, and he fouls one off. There's a little ball hit over to right center field, and it's Wirostek who runs over the center fielder to make that catch for the out. And we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Virgil Stallcup up there now to face Andy Hansen for the Giants. And there's a strike, and another strike. 0-2 is the count on Stallcup, and that's fouled away. Still 0-2. It's popped up and out of play. Still 0-2, the count remains, and there's a foul ball off of third base, and there's a ball to him. 1-2 the count. It's fouled straight back. Still 1-2, and there's a blast down the left field line. Lockman runs and chases and tries to grab that off the wall, and it hits off that 18-foot wall over his head. Stallcup easily in there with a double. He is 3 for 4 today. He's been hitting the lights out of the ballpark. He and Wirostek are both 3 for 4. Here comes Ray Mueller. Now, nobody out, bottom of the 7th inning, and when you're at the bottom of your order is doing this, it doesn't matter what the top's doing. 1-1 now the count on Miller after he fouled that one off, and that's one hit deep to left field. Thompson goes back. He's able to catch that. Left center field must have been. And Stallcup tags up and moves to third base. So with one out, here now is the pitcher, Buddy Lively. 7-4 Reds, with the lead, bottom of the 7th. Here comes Lively, and we'll let him stay in. He takes a ball, 1-0 the count, and there's a ball hit into the stands, foul ball, 1-1, and there's another foul back. It's 1-2, and that's fouled off his foot, still 1-2. So I never would have expected that Lively would be in this game for so long, and there is a pop-up over to the third baseman, Gordon, for the second out, and here comes Ted Kluszewski. Big Ted hitting 340, 369 on-base percentage, 440 slugging percentage with 2 home runs, and he takes the ball, 1-0 the count. And there's another ball. It's 2-0, Stallcup on third base. There's a strike in there to Kluszewski. It's a 2-1 count. That's hit by the mound and past everybody into center field for a base hit, and that makes this an 8-4 ball game. And this one, I think we can officially say, is becoming completely out of reach. Danny Litweiler comes up there now, and Andy Hansen is just going to stay in this ball game. He's a mop-up guy. And that's a pitch that's going to be scored as a wild pitch. They got away from Livingston, and Kluszewski able to move up. And so now there's a runner on at second base. 2-0 now the count on Litweiler. And that's low. 3-0 is the count on him. There's one at the outside corner for a strike, 3-1. And there's a swing and a miss. It's a full count now on Litweiler. And Hansen ends up missing, and so Litweiler will go to first base and the base on balls. That'll bring up Hank Sauer. Runners on at first and second. Here's still bottom of the 7th. 2 outs still. There's a strike in there to Hank. 0-1's the count on him, and there's a ball. 1-1 now the count even. He looks at strike 2. It's 1-2. Little foul ball. Rigney running over to the rails. Can't quite get it in time. The next 1-2 pitch, and it misses. 2-2 the count. There's a little fly ball over to center field. Bobby Thompson has that for the out. We go to the top of the 8th, and it'll be Johnny Mize for the Giants, and he takes a ball. And there's a foul ball. 1-1 now the count on Mize. That's high and inside for a ball. Ball 2, 2-1 the count. And that's fouled back. It's 2-2 now on Johnny. And 2-2 we remain. And there's one hit down the first base line. Kluszewski, though, playing right on top of that line, is able to grab it, goes over to first for the out, 1 away, and here's Bobby Hoffman. It's funny, I'm not playing a no-doubles defense, but that's where Ted was playing anyway. 1-1 the count now on Hoffman. There's ball too low, 2-1 the count. That's hit over to Stallcup after hitting the mound, and he grabs it and throws over to first for the out, 2 away, and here comes Augie Gallen, who will be pinch hitting for Hansen. He takes 2 quick strikes, 0-2 the count on him. And there's a ball to him. 1-2 now the count. And there's a foul ball just into the seeds. Still remains 1-2. And there's a foul back. Still 1-2. And 2-2 is that one apparently missed. And there's a swing and a miss of that last one. And we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's going to be Bobby Adams coming up here for the Reds against Ray Poet. Poet, who's 1-0 this season with an ERA of 3.00. One of these guys who you're not going to see for long. 1-1 is the count now on Adams. And that's down and in. Is 2-1. There's a ground ball up the middle, and it's going to be off of Rigney's glove and into center field again for a base hit. That's hit number 13 so far for the Reds. Remember, they weren't hitting much at all at the beginning of this game. Adams is on at first. Let's see if we can make something happen. There's a strike in there to Adams, 0-1 the count. And there's another strike to him. It's 0-2, and so we got to have Wirostek swing away. Takes the ball high, 1-2 the count, and that one misses. It's 2-2 on Johnny. That's high. Full count now on Johnny Wirostek. And that's a strike 3 called. 1 away here, bottom of the 8th inning, and it's going to be Jimmy Bloodworth who takes a ball high. 1-0 the count, and there's one low, 2-0. There's a little ground ball up and past the mound, past Rigney into center field for a single, and Adams is, of course, going to probably hold. We probably could have sent him. That makes Bloodworth 3 for 5 today, and here comes Stallcup, who is 3 for 4. And he takes a strike and then a ball. 1-1 the count now on Stallcup, apologies, and he takes a strike, and there's a ball inside. 2-2 is now the count on Virgil. And they ran a play there on Adams, and were trying to catch him at second base, and again, didn't get that tag down in time. That's that World Series play from 48. Remember that one. Stallcup then gets a base hit into right center field, and that will score one. Let's see if it scores another. And here's the throw home, and Bloodworth is adjudicated to be safe, and that makes this a 10-4 ball game. And the Reds have really blown this one open. Man, the Reds are making no secret of what they want to do with this game. Ray Mueller up there now takes a ball, And there's a ground ball over to Rigney at shortstop, and he throws over to first for the out, 2 away. Stallcup ends up moving over to third base, and I'm not quite sure, again, how that worked, but so it is. And that makes it runner on third base now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. And here comes none other than Buddy Lively, who will swing for himself. And he swings and misses. A 1-0-1 the count. You know, Buddy, you don't have to swing. It's 1-1 on him now. It's outside for a ball, 2-1. And that's an inside-out swing. Well, maybe he should swing more often. He gets the base hit to right field, and that will score the run. It's an 11-4 game now, and here comes Ted Kluszewski. So the big story today has been Lively. Buddy has been anything but a buddy to the Giants, as he's been a real thorn in their sides. 1-2 is the count on Kluszewski, and there's a little ground ball over to Mize, the first baseman, who fields it and goes to the bag by himself for the out. We go to the top of the 9th inning, and here comes Willard Marshall again for the Giants. 11-4, the Reds with the lead as Marshall takes a ball from Lively, and then a strike. 1-1 the count. There's one off the plate. It's 2-1, and there's a line drive just foul past first base. 2-2 the count. That's foul back. Remains 2-2. There's a ground ball over to short. Stallcup has it. Throws to first for the out. 1 away, and it's Sid Gordon who takes the strike. And there's a ball outside. 1-1 the count on Gordon. And 2-1 as that one missed. And there's a little fly ball over to right field. Litweiler's going to run back and grab that for the out. 2 away. And here now is Pete Milne pinch hitting for Bill Rigney. That's an interesting decision. And there's a strike to him and another strike. 0-2 the count. Swings and misses that one, and down he goes. That's strikeout number 4 for Buddy Lively. And there you have it. I sure hope that you've enjoyed this game. I've had a lot of fun making it and playing through with it, and I will talk with you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.